plus 3 to hit, 1d8 plus 1. And that is an 11 versus armor class, and you guys can see your armor class in the armor section at the very end. There's a highlighted number. It says total. That is your armor
Barely
class.
hits.
Alright, so at 11 versus armor class, you're going to take a total of 6 piercing damage from the arrow of the gnoll. He's using a long bow, so it does a 1d8 flat plus bonuses. So, alright, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to move up as well, 2 with this gnoll. And that's all he's going to do. So, Dritston, you are up now. The party's cleric.
I approach the foul beasts.
Alright, so it's like a 1, 2, 3. There's 15 foot of movement.
And these spaces in front of me are all double movement?
So this would take you to 20 feet right here. And then this would take you to 30 feet. Because you would have to spend an extra space of movement to go over the crevice.
Okay.
So that would be your 30 feet.
I'm going to cross the crevice, and then I'm going to go defensive as my action.
Okay. So you will use your action for, what is it? The dodge? I believe it's
Dodge, yes.
Dodge. Okay. So let me, that is something that my players don't take advantage a whole lot of. So let me, I believe it's disadvantage. Let me.
Yeah, they get disadvantage to their attack.
When you take the dodge action, you focus entirely on avoiding attacks until the start of your next turn. Any attack roll made against you has disadvantage, blah, 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 blah. And you make dex saving throws with advantage. Very good.
I have my fancy player's handbook right here, sitting on my desk.
Very nice. You can also, I also uploaded a player's handbook onto the, just in case you guys don't have one, there is a player's handbook under class features, and you can just click on that. And it has everything but Chapter 1, because Chapter 1 was basically a conversation between the DM and the players and what dice you need. So there's a lot of stuff in the Chapter 9, which is combat. And then you can just go to the second set of links and just click on Actions and Combat, and it'll basically pull everything up from the basic rules for that for you. But there you go. But all of that stuff is in there. If there's any kind of rule you want to look up, everything in the player's handbook is on there. So. Alright, so you are in a defensive posture, you're doing dodge, so let's go ahead and let's put a shield up for you, just to remind us that you'll have, they'll have disadvantage. Alright, so there you go, there's a shield for you. Alright, so Lovo, you're up now.
Okay. Is the 80/320, is that my range?
Yes, so you attack normally up to 80 feet, and then from 81 feet to 320 feet, you would attack at disadvantage. That's how that's calculated. Well, determined.
And can I move and attack kind of thing?
Sure. You get how it works in 5e is just like most of the other later editions. You get to do a movement action, which is up to your movement, which should be 30 or 35 feet. You might be 35 feet because you're an elf, I think. So you'll get to do your movement, and you can attack. So if you want to do 10 foot of movement and then attack, and then finish the rest of your movement, you can do that also. So you can break your movements up as well, which is a pretty nice feature in 5e. You weren't able to do that in 4, unless you actually had something that allowed you to.
I guess first I'll just do a move right now. There, so I can see.
Idarisk. Sorry, I goofed your name up. I think I got your name now, man. It's that.
And as far as like
that capital
like
I was messing me up. I thought it was
him being in front of me. Can I like shoot around him?
Sure, you can. Yeah, you can attack through your other players. Sure. Tu Wong Fu, great name.
Okay, I'll try to take a
Thanks
shot
the
at
follow.
the one everyone else was shooting at.
Okay, sounds good.
And for that, I put for disadvantage because I think it's longer than 80. Well, no, it should be okay. Yeah, I can hit all of them. So for this, I just hit
hit your D20 macro, and the first thing you're only going to roll one 20-sided, and then after that, whatever your short bow says for the attack, which is probably 5 or 6, somewhere around there, then that's what you'll use for your attack bonus. Which is, for your short bow, would be +5 to hit. So your total plus hit is 5, and then your total damage is 1d6 plus 3. And then you have a sneak attack, also a class
Something like
feature.
that.
That's it. So your attack miss is almost hits the cleric. You can sense that there was an arrow whiz by your head.
Fools, I do not look nor smell like a dog at all.
All right, so now we have another gnoll that's going to attack. It's the gnoll that was close to the other one. Actually, he's going to move up 1 and attack, and he's going to attack the cleric. Actually, he's going to try to attack the closest target to him. 1d8 plus was it? Oops. 1d8. I believe it was +1 for the gnoll. It's plus. Yep, 1d8 plus 1. I can't believe I remembered that. All right, so basically the gnoll misses. It's a horrible miss, and yeah, he basically almost shoots the gnoll in front of him. I rolled a 1. So, all right, Rack, you're up now.
I got a question. How intact are these doors here?
Well, it's actually technically it should be basically difficult terrain as well, but I'm just not going to count it for difficult terrain, so you can just move right through it normal.
My idea is to pick up a door and use it as a makeshift shield until I get up to them.
You can, sure, I'll let you do that. Sure, why not? You're going to have to do a strength check. They are pretty heavy doors. But sure, I mean, you can do that if you'd like. It's something that I really never thought of, but sure, why not? Players will always surprise a dungeon master, so if you're ever dungeon master, and players will always think of something that you don't think about. All right, so you get the door picked up, and where would you like to get? So when you're carrying the door, the one thing, whenever you're carrying the door, your movement is going to be halved because of the door is so heavy. But you have the strength to hold it up. You're just not going to be able to move at full movement. So your movement will go to 15 feet around, basically.
Okay, my goal is to pick it up and move in front of my party till we can get up there so they can maybe get some cover if they're getting shot at.
Sure. Where were you at? You were here at top, right? Up top? Okay, you were here. So basically you moved 5, 10 foot was the picking up the door, and sure, there you go. That is where you'll be. You'll have the door in your possession as well. So, all right, so you have this huge door that is gonna basically it's gonna take all your movement. So you have this door, your movement's already halved, and I'm gonna go ahead and put the movement because you're slowed basically. Well, your movement is halved. So let's go ahead and put the slowed on you. So basically, next round you're only going to be able to move 1 square because you're moving over that crevice next. So there are penalties for carrying a door that's actually pretty heavy.
But my boys behind me, they got some cover, right?
They do. They definitely have some cover.
Because I'm a team player. I think about my friends.
I like that.
Because friendship is magic.
Good thinking. All right, so that is it for Rack. I have a gnoll up here. And it looks like the gnoll is going to 15, 20 foot of movement, and he's going to shoot the cleric as well. And all of these dogs are basically cackling and sounding like hyenas. Actually, kind of funny the way they sound. All right, so looks like roll 20 is lagging. Just a second. All right, 17 on armor class versus the cleric, which I believe that is a hit. All right.
Which is a complete failure because I have 18 on the class.
All right. So you have the bless on. That would be an 18. That is a miss. Actually, the arrow lands in the door of what the Dragonborn is carrying. All right. So that's it for him. Warner, you're up now.
Well, after assessing the situation, I'm going to go ahead and move up to here. Can I make an athletics check to jump that crevasse to prevent the 5-foot penalty?
Sure.
Or
Sure.
acrobatics?
Sure, you can do an athletics check. Just don't roll like a 1, 2, or 3. All right, you get over the crack.
I'm going to try to dive into the sand to use it for cover.
Okay. So as you get into the sand, you dive into the sand. I want you to make me a strength saving throw for me, please.
Suffocation. God
I
damn
don't
it.
think I'm proficient in that.
You can on your character sheet where the stats are up top.
It'd be +4.
There you go. Yeah, you just look at the saving throw column, which is the last one in the third box, and that has if you're proficient or not. It'll have that already added in for you. All right,
crit.
so yeah, you move through and you can feel the force of the sand trying to push you back, but with your strength, you just basically barrel right through it, and you're where you're at, and the sand is basically going around you now.
And everyone can have +5 experience. We do.
I know, I saw that, +20. All right, so it looks like War Nerve's done. The gnoll is up. I will go ahead and move forward 1, and you're prone as well. So you dove into the sand. So we're gonna put the prone symbol on you, and I'm gonna go ahead and take my gnoll here and also fire at the cleric.
They just love you, cleric.
It's as if I intended for this to happen.
Alright, a 15 versus armor class, which is another miss because of the bless. Alright, that's it for him. Now we have the sand. All of a sudden you guys start to hear a little bit of rumbling and a little bit of shaking, and you can see that there are several more doors that are opening up. Frontenac, thank you very much for the follow. So basically where this door here is, and the next door down, they are starting to open up and more sand is pouring out. Turn, thank you very much for the follow as well, Turn. So let me go ahead and expand this out. Alright. So now there's an even larger wave of sand that is barreling towards you. All right, so that's it for the sand. Canvin, it is your turn. Back up to the top of the order. Well, actually, the sand was the top of the order, but it's still your turn. So yeah, lots of sand that is just pouring out. Cthulhu! Nice name, Cthulhu153. Thanks for the follow as well. I have the world's best DM voice. Thanks, Frontenac. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, Hailstorm. It is a great tool for people to play D&D. It is a great tool. Thank you again, Cold Killer. Thank you for the follow. All right, Canvin. So what are you doing?
I'm sorry, wrong button.
It's all right.
I'm going to acid splash them, which is a cantrip.
Okay. So who are you going to acid splash?
The two standing together, then 5 feet of each other.
Okay, I think that's the one
The
where it
one with
needs
the bow.
to be 5 feet, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. You hurl a bubble of acid. Choose one creature within range, or choose two creatures that are within 5 feet of each other. All right. So I need to make a couple dexterity saving throws. So what is your DC? Yeah, you don't
Spell
have to
save
do,
DC.
Yeah, you don't have to do any attack roll when
Okay.
there's a yeah. So
All right, 13.
all right, so yeah, you basically hurl the acid, and when you choose one creature within range, which is 60 feet, definitely within range, or choose two creatures within range that are within 5 feet of each other, the targets must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take 1d6 damage. So, all right, so I'm going to go ahead and do. It would be these two up here, correct?
Yeah, those two. The one with
Okay.
the bow and the.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do a couple saving throws. First one on the top. My modifier for the gnoll is a 1. Alright, so my first one was a success, so you can go ahead and do a, I believe it was, what did it say, 1d6 for damage, I believe. Acid Splash is 1d6, yes.
Fuck.
Alright, so I will take 1 damage on that gnoll there. Second saving throw. I failed, so I'll take the full 1 damage. Alright, so that's it for Canvin. You can go ahead and do any other movement that you would like to do now, Canvin.
Alright.
And Carthene, you're up now. And this massive wave of sand is pushing you back. So whoever at the start of their turn is in the sand, they have to make another
I'm
strength saving
going
throw.
to
Or be pushed back 2
Scorching
squares.
Ray.
Great mechanic.
That orc, or no.
Okay, the one up top here. Okay.
Just to let you know, Dave, I'm taking cover behind, what's his name's, little barn shield.
Okay.
I got you, bro.
Alright, so 17 plus 5 is a 22. So Darkseoul, you hit. And Darkseoul, you were using what spell again?
Scorching Ray.
Okay. Yep. Scorching Ray. Let's see. Yeah, you should not have. I don't know why Scorching Ray is on there. Scorching Ray is a 2nd level spell. So.
I think he's mistaking the list that he gets from his bonus from his deity or whatever as a spell he can cast.
Let's see. Yeah. Those Fiend expanded. That's basically how that works. Is at 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th level, you get to use those spells at that spell level. So you don't get 2nd level spells yet. So you can really, you're restricted to casting 1st level spells. Now at level, I believe at level 3 for your class, for the warlock you would get level 3 spell. So let's see. Actually, no. You actually get 2nd level. No. Yep. Level 3. You would get 2nd level spell slot. So, yeah, you can't cast. Unfortunately, you can't cast Scorching Ray yet. So, but you can cast
Alright, then I'll just
Burning
go
Hands.
with an Eldritch Blast.
Okay, gotcha. Alright, so we'll use your same attack, which was a 17 plus 5 for a 22. So that is still a hit. So you can go ahead and roll damage, and that was on the goblin up top as well, right?
Correct.
Okay. We'll say you're just within line of sight for that. So next time I'll let it go this time, but usually you can't cast through corners. So next time you're going to have to move up 5 feet because of the corner here. I usually don't allow any kind of diagonal casting like that through a corner. So just so you have full line of sight. So, but no problem this time, no big deal. So you've done 2 damage to the gnoll here. Alright, so when your bolt hits him, you can tell that he is in a what appears to be a weakened condition. And how I do weakened condition, it's not an actual true mechanic in 5e. It's just to let you guys know as players that this thing looks pretty beat up, and basically it means it's half hit points or less. So it's pretty much the same thing as bloodied condition in 4th edition. It's just called weakened. I named it weakened in 5th edition. So, alright, Carthene, that's it for you. You can go ahead and make any other movement that you would like And I've got a couple gnolls here that need to attack. All right, so we're back to the gnoll with the bow. He's going to move down 2. No, actually, he's going to move down 1. Then he looks like he's a jackball. He's going to move diagonal 1, so there's a total of 10 foot. He's going to shoot the warlock. Actually, he's going to take a shot at the warlock.
I mean the one behind my gigantic wall of a shield?
Well, that's for your square. Yeah, the door is covering your square. She's not behind your square, so she's being shot. So yeah.
Oh, I'm thinking the other guy.
No, you're talking about the cleric. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's basically she's definitely visible behind the cleric, and a 21 versus armor class is definitely a shot, which is a hit, and you take a total of 8 piercing damage on the warlock.
I should have grabbed both sets of doors.
That would have been impossible. Alright, so that is it for that gnoll. Dritston, you are up now.
Is the sand like pulling them down, like in a map direction, like southward?
The sand is actually coming towards you, and it's actually getting closer. And pretty soon, the sand will be where you're at, basically. So by the time next round comes along,
okay, but if I
sand
move in the
pushing.
sand, is it going to try to drag me somewhere, or is it just like a?
That's
just
something you're going to have to find out.
Okay.
So if you want to move into the sand, it's definitely a difficult terrain, and it's going to cost you double your movement.
Okay. I'm going to move my 30 feet forward.
Okay.
And then I'm going to take a defensive stance, and I'm going to look back at the warlock. And my character is going to say, "Foolish woman, hide behind the stairs if you don't wish to die."
All right. So as you take your shield and... Okay, go ahead.
And as my bonus action, I'm going to cast Shield of Faith on the barbarian.
Okay. So I need you to make me a strength saving throw as well, please.
Of course.
So you get a Shield of Faith, which is a bonus action, and I believe that's what your... is that a spell slot, or is that a...
Level 1.
Is it a level 1? Okay. You use a level 1 spell slot, so you'll have 2 left. And a shimmering field appears and surrounds the barbarian, granting +2 bonus AC. So we will go ahead and add a shield onto you as well. Deduct one of your spell slots, so now you will have a 17 armor class for the barbarian. And your saving throw of a 14 was fine. You can feel there's a very, very, very strong force that is pushing you back, trying to push you back, but with your strength, your draconic strength, you're able to use your shield as sort of like a plow, and you can hold your position there. Alright, so that's it for Dritston. You are also still in your dodge stance for your action, and Lovo, you're up now.
Alright, can you explain sneak attack real quick?
Sneak attack works like this. You can use the sneak attack damage like this. If you are stealth and you have advantage on a target and you hit, you can get an additional 1d6 damage, or whatever level you are, it goes up. It scales up as you get higher in levels. Or if you have one of your friendly targets within 5 feet of an enemy target, you can also get sneak attack damage that way. There is no way right now that you can get sneak attack damage.
Okay, I guess I'll just take a shot at the archer again then.
Okay, which one is it? You're going to have to move. You got a big door in your way, so you've got the dragon. Yeah, you've got the dragonborn holding that door, so you're gonna have to move a little bit to get a clear shot.
Remember, you could like move so you can see around the door, shoot, and then move back if you want, so you can stay behind the door.
Yeah, you can always split your movements up. That's a great thing about 5e.
And do I get negative for jumping over this crevice? if I choose to do that?
If you want to jump over the crevice, yeah, you can do a strength check, or if you're proficient in athletics, you can add that in as well. Basically, whatever the total says for athletics. It has
I guess
both your modifier and a proficiency if you have it. So
I guess I'll run up to here, and is that considered a corner or no?
Well, where he's at, yeah, you'll have no problem. Where you're at now.
All right, I'll take a shot at the archer then.
Okay. Yeah, what I was meaning about the warlock last round was, he was 5 foot past the corner and shooting at an angle. So, but yeah, where you're at now, no problem at all. You can shoot the archer. 14 versus armor class is a miss on the gnoll. He actually takes his bow and he sees your arrow coming, and he actually takes his bow and he swipes your arrow away. You're actually rather impressed with that. You're like, wow, Bruce Lee-ish. All right, so you can go ahead and do the rest of your movement as well. So
I guess I'll just pop back
moving
here.
back. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do another attack on, looks like, the cleric. So I'm going to attack you with disadvantage because you were in the dodge posture. So I will attack with disadvantage. And it is with this gnoll that is right here, directly in front of you.
I love how the cleric is just charging forward.
And my attack with disadvantage is a 16 versus armor class.
Which is a miss.
Okay. What is your armor class with your shield bonus?
I am at 18 armor class with my chainmail of +6 and my shield of +2.
Okay.
So 18 with no modifiers.
Gotcha. All right, so that's it. Disadvantage was a miss because my other roll was an 18. So disadvantage does rock. Great mechanic. A 4th edition mechanic, but still good. They just didn't call it advantage and disadvantage in 4E. So, all right, Rack, what are you doing? Your movement
Which
is
ones? Which ones are the archeries, so I can get between
They're all using
them?
bows. They're all using bows. Yep, every single one of them is using a bow right now. And you can also see that the gnolls are also carrying spears, and they have some pretty vicious-looking teeth as well. So it looks like they have multiple ways of attacking you.
Oh, goody. Well, I guess I'll just move up 1 over the crevice. That takes most of my movement anyway, but I want to stay out of the sand so I can have sure footing, still holding my awesome door for my awesome friends.
Okay. That sand is expanding back next time. It's going to be great. I love it.
I'm going to look back at them and say, you know I got a door. You can shoot them and come hide with me. We can eat cake or something.
All right, so Rack, that's it for you. I have another... actually, this gnoll here is going to, which is actually holding the two-handed axe, the one that looks to be in a weakened position. He is going to step back. He looks to be, actually he appears to look rather worried, and he starts saying some other things, and looks like he's looking at the other gnolls, and looks like he's barking some kind of